Listen to me, my beloved. I need your attention now more than ever because something is coming. A test, a 𝐒𝐀𝐒, that isn't meant for you to face on your own. This is not to bring you fear, but to prepare you and awaken you. I ask you to trust me and walk with me closely, for on your own this burden would be too much. But with me, nothing is too heavy to bear. You may not feel ready. You may look at yourself and wonder why you would be chosen for anything so significant, but let me tell you, it is not your perfection I cherish, nor your talents or your efforts. It's that spark in your spirit, that little flame of hope that refuses to be snuffed out, no matter the storms you have faced. I see each time you chose faith when life gave you every reason to give in to despair. Even when you barely understood what you were seeking, your heart reached for me, and that is why I am drawing you nearer now. The danger that approaches is not just about what happens around you. It is more subtle, more intimate. It is about shifting your perception and shaking up the things inside your heart. The enemy does not set his sights on you because you are weak, but because you are precious, because you are growing into the very thing he fears. I am training you for victory, and there is a fight to be had, but you are not to stand alone. I see the pressures around you, the confusing moments where your mind is pulled in many directions. Your relationships are strained, and suddenly it feels as if the ground cannot be trusted under your feet. Understand that this is not abandonment. It is a loving removal of anything you once relied on that was only temporary. It is my work to strip you of false security, to show you who and what truly endures. You may feel hurt when people you held dear turn away or when you find yourself misunderstood. Resist the urge to let bitterness find a home within you. Forgive and release those who cannot accompany you to the places I am preparing for your life. Know that the process of letting go will not leave you empty. I am creating space for what truly belongs and what will last. In times to come, you may feel as if your prayers echo back in silence and your spiritual senses are dull. This is not my withdrawal. Instead, I am calling you to a deeper listening, beyond what you can hear with your natural ears. I am speaking in new ways in the spaces between words, through gentle impressions on your spirit. Lean in and you will discern my voice, and it will guide you through the noise. Remember, your greatest struggle will not always be a thing you see, but the slow pull of weariness or the temptation to compromise. The world whispers, "Why not give up?" It tries to water down your conviction until you look up and find yourself far from the truth you once held close. But I have given you reminders, me promises, my presence, and the inner strength crafted by my spirit that anchor you. Be watchful and alert. Not every word spoken to you is from me. Not every influence that appears good leads to truth. The voice that brings confusion or makes you shrink in shame is not my voice. My correction is gentle and full of hope. My discipline restores dignity and leads you to wholeness, never to destroy your spirit. There will be moments when you must choose. The choices may not always be obvious and may come quietly, in the ordinariness of life. Your spirit will know which paths align with me, even when they seem less comfortable or are misunderstood by those around you. Do not compare your journey with others or wish for an easier road. The narrow path may seem lonely, but it is the way I have set for you, a path that leads to a future beyond anything you have imagined. Stay close to me not just when you need rescue, but as your true home. Let my words become nourishment, your daily sustenance, your guidance, your inner peace. Make space for my spirit to lead you and ask me about everything, no matter how small it seems. I long to be involved in the details of your life. The coming storms will reveal what was truly strong and what was only an illusion. Those who built on applause or fleeting strength will be shaken. But because you have chosen me, It'll endure not by your might but by mine within you. Stand firm when everything else trembles. I will make you steady. Do not be discouraged by the process. The shaking is not a sign of my displeasure, but of preparation. You are being refined like precious gold purified in the fire, so that you can carry more of my presence, more of my light. Know that you are not alone in this fight. Angels encircle you, working tirelessly for your sake. You may not see them, but they stand as defenders on every side, ensuring you never fall beyond what I allow. When your own strength vanishes, they are there, upholding you. Within you are weapons that are not of this world: praise, worship, gratitude. Do not withhold worship in hard times. The act of thanksgiving and singing to me, even when you don't feel like it, confuses the enemy and opens the way for my joy to flood your spirit. Speak the truth of my promises aloud. Life and death are in your words. The name of Jesus, spoken with holy reverence and bold assurance, carries authority. Use it not as an empty phrase, but as the banner over your battles. I am bringing new people into your journey. Receive those whom I have sent, for they will lift your arms and encourage your heart. But discern as I show you. Not everyone who arrives has my blessing or my purposes for you. Trust me to remove those who cannot journey further with you. Let go without regret, for I bring new oil, new dreams, and new assignments with each change. Many of your prayers for purpose and destiny are being answered, but perhaps not in the ways you imagined. I build slowly and deeply. I do not create lasting things in haste. Trust in my timing as I lay foundations in your heart that will not be shaken, shaping you for influence and legacy. Some nights I will speak to you in dreams. Sometimes I will visit you with images and thoughts during your day. Write these down. Treasure them. Even if you do not understand now, in time I will make all things clear. These glimpses are pieces of a larger picture, one I have lovingly designed for your good and for greater glory. Wounds that you have tucked away, hidden beneath busyness or masked by perfection, I see and I am tending to them. You do not have to hide your scars from me. The places in you that ache, the memories that still sting, I am reaching into those deep spaces to heal and restore you. It is safe to be vulnerable with me. I am not disappointed by your need. Rather, I am drawn by your openness. Release your pain to me and let my comfort wrap around you. Every part of your life matters to me, your failures, your regrets, your victories, your ordinary days. Nothing is wasted. Every moment, every struggle, every decision is being woven into a tapestry of hope and redemption. What you thought was simply pain or a detour along your journey may be the very thing I used to bring help to others. My child, you are up against more than what you can see. Many of your battles are not simply about stress, disappointment, or a conflict, but forces that operate in the unseen. What you experience as tiredness, confusion, or cycles that repeat themselves despite your efforts can have roots deeper than you know. Some of these patterns trace back generations, planted long before you were born. But you were set apart to be one who breaks chains and resets the course for those who come after you. Your adversary is cunning, studying your weaknesses and searching for moments of vulnerability. He seeks to plant despair, to create isolation and distract you from your calling. He cannot touch your soul, but he will try to dull your purpose and stifle your faith. But you are not powerless. My spirit in you is stronger than any opposition. You need not struggle alone, for I do not ask you to win battles by your own might. I urge you to bring me into every conflict, not as a last resort, but as your constant champion. When you stand aside and let me take the lead, you are operating in a strength that is supernatural. I have already won the greatest victory, and I invite you to stand in that triumph. Let go of striving. Humble yourself and watch as I work through the very situations that once brought you to your knees. Your surrender is not giving up. It is giving in to the power that is already at work in you, unfurling provision, protection, and purpose. Sometimes your prayers and efforts may seem fruitless, as if nothing changes. But know this: spiritual warfare often shifts first in the invisible places. Every act of faith, every prayer, every word of praise is breaking ground in realms you cannot see and is preparing the way for breakthroughs to come. Natural strategies will not win spiritual battles. Good advice and positivity cannot drive back darkness or cancel generational pain. For these fights, you need my word, sharper than any sword, and my spirit, who knows all things. Immerse yourself in my words and let them shape your thinking, driving out fear, confusion, and powerlessness. Some of what you face is not new, but ancient resistance that has existed in your family line. But I have called and equipped you to be the one who closes old doors, who ends cycles of bondage, and who walks in a new liberty. But you must separate yourself from anything that holds you back: old habits, unhealthy alliances, mindsets that contradict my truth. Declare your freedom. Speak life, not once, but daily. As you speak my words, you lay claim to what is already yours. When you feel alone, remember, I am closer than your breath. My spirit dwells in the sanctuary of your heart. My presence never leaves you, not in your brightest days and not in your darkest hours. You are not called only to victory, but to a life of obedience. This means saying yes when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. It is choosing discipline over indulgence, forgiveness over vengeance, prayer over distraction, and trust when you cannot see the way ahead. Follow not your desires, but my leading, for I know what you need and where you will flourish. As you yield to me, watch as I do in moments what years of striving could not accomplish. I can open doors no human hand can shut. I can silence words and fears that have troubled you for a lifetime. I can remove obstacles that seemed immovable, replace what needed to go with what is best, even if it surprises you or requires letting go of things you thought you could not live without. You never walk alone. My angels surround you, my spirit empowers you, my word guides you. I take delight in you, not as a burden or as a problem to be fixed, but as my beloved, my created joy. You are my vessel, and I am filling you with hope, strength, and purpose for the journey ahead. Rest in me. Let my peace seep into your anxious places. Practice abiding, not rushing in and out only when you have need, but remaining close, listening, and making space for me every day. Sing when prompted, pray when called, and move when I urge you into new territory. When the enemy tries to intimidate, remember whose you are. The darkness flees not at your name or your strength, but at the light of my presence within you. You stand, not by your own merit, but clothed in the righteousness I have given, wrapped in my favor and sealed with my spirit. Remember as well, cooperation with me is not just about grand gestures, but about a posture of the hearth, humble, surrendered, and quick to obey. Let me lead you in every area of life, from relationships to work, from dreams to routines. You may be called to fast, to set aside certain comforts, to spend extra time in prayer, or to worship in the midst of resistance. Trust my direction and lean not on your own understanding. Personal transformation will precede public promotion. I am working inside you in the private places, preparing you to stand in spaces you have never dreamed. Do not grow weary in the waiting or resist the shaping that feels uncomfortable. I am the master builder, laying enduring foundations so that when I elevate you, you stand firm and do not falter. What is next for you is not just survival, but victory that is marked by joy, peace, and lasting impact. The glory that is coming will make sense of every season that felt like loss, but you can only enter into it when you walk with me, closely, daily, yielded and trusting. So breathe, my child. In moments of doubt or fear, return to this truth. You are mine. I am invested in your victory. I will not let your story end in defeat. Walk with me. Call on me in every battle. Open your heart wide to my voice, whether it comes through quiet moments, through scripture, through others, or even through the circumstances that challenge you. I promise, as you align with me, you will see impossible things become possible. Watch as what once held you down is broken off. Watch as generations after you benefit from your willingness to rise. Let nothing distract you from my love. My affection for you is unchanging. My plans for you are full of hope. Your identity is found in me. No attack, no loss, no betrayal changes your status as my beloved. Beloved, never forget. You are surrounded, you are covered, you are cherished. The opposition you face is proof of the greatness inside you and the story I am writing with your life. The battle is not simply against you, but what you carry and what you are becoming. Stay close to me, for the safest place to be is always in the center of my will. Rest in the shelter of my presence. When the world demands your attention, turn your eyes back to me. I am your protector, your guide, your closest friend, and your ever-present help in times of trouble. You are stronger than you think, not because of what you possess, but because of me in you. My grace will always be sufficient for every trial, my wisdom enough for every challenge, my love deep enough for every pain. Remember this, my precious child. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not by your strength, but by my promise. Every tongue that rises will be silenced. Every mountain will move if you believe. Every darkness will recede in the face of my light. Let go of the need to control. Surrender fully. Say yes to me, and you will see salvation, restoration, and blessing greater than anything you have experienced before. Your obedience is the key. I love you beyond your comprehension. I take joy in your heart, even in your struggle. I am proud of every step you choose toward me, every act of courage, every word of faith. You are never, ever alone. Walk in this truth, rise in this strength, and watch as my plans for your life unfold in ways that will astound you and bring hope to many. You are my child, and I am always with you.